I know. Let's
Bro,
go ahead. Let's get through the offer sheet and the commits first.
All right. So here's the thing. So this week with the offer sheets, there actually weren't any new updates, or I will say this. I went searching and I went to my usual source that I found the offer sheets the previous few weeks. There was no offer sheet updated this past week, which kind of upset me, kind of made me sad, a little bit. And there were no new transfer portal updates either, which I think a lot of teams are now kind of hitting their stride and finishing up like winter and spring transfer portal season. I don't know how summer transfer portal really works because honestly, the transfer portal has been like a wild, wild west of things to the maneuver. However, there was a breakdown in terms of how UNC has done in the transfer portal, right? Especially with their defensive
Mhm.
additions. So, for those of you who don't know, who haven't been following us since we've been doing this podcast, it's like 10 episodes deep. UNC's been making a lot of moves in both the winter and spring portal, especially on the defensive side of the ball. 17, they have gotten 17 players from the winter and spring transfer portal. 16 of them are from the FBS, and 12 alone come from within the Power Four. 6 D linemen, defensive backs, and 5 linebackers. Now, I will say, from what I saw and from the list and the stats and the numbers, backing up everybody they got, a lot of these guys seem like dudes who have potential and haven't been getting the adequate play time because a lot of them like, oh, half of them were I got 2 years of eligibility left, X, Y, and Z. And then the other half were guys who still had like 4 years of eligibility left. So it seemed like they just said, you know what? I'm going to a brand new school. I'm going to Bill Belichick right now. I'll get 4 years under Bill Belichick. If there's anybody who can make me a pro or NFL like prospect, it should be him. But on the contrary, it's like you're going to Bill Belichick, and we talked about this last week. You're going to Bill Belichick. So is everybody else more than likely. So when you go there, show up and show out. But one thing I will say, and I've known this about Bill, and you've known this about Bill as well. Even if you're not a starter, if you show out and work hard, like on special teams or any other aspect, Bill will see you.
Oh,
Bill
absolutely.
will recognize that. Like I can't deny that. The man will
Like
find great talent on the depth chart.
he'll make, and if you don't feel like you are, he'll make you one. Cause let's see here. Cause out of the transfers, some of the guys who have had the most experience so far out of everybody is Price Yates out of Connecticut, defensive lineman, played 32 games, 1,400 snaps, played 7 games last season. Some of his accolades is the 2024 Wasabi Bowl defensive MVP, and he has 1 year eligibility left. You have
1 year.
you have Andrew Simpson, who's played 40 games, almost 1,500 snaps, accolades with All Mountain West second team, College Football Network third team All American. He also has 1 year left. Played 12 games last season, 506 snaps. You got CJ Mims, defensive lineman out of ECU, played 25 games. He's only got 37 tackles. He's got 2 years of eligibility, and his tally 521 offensive snaps against FBS opponents, including a career high 39 snaps against Texas San Antonio. Let's see. We got Gavin Gibson, also out of East Carolina, has played 33 games, almost 1,000 snaps. Doesn't really have a whole lot of big accolades going on. Played 13 games last year, still has 1 year left. Micah Gabayer played
I think that
25 games, 617 snaps. Accolades, though. When I tell you this boy stacked accolades on accolades at Nebraska, because his last year played 12 games for Nebraska last year.
was he like
Got
academic. Was he like
yeah,
academic all honors too?
academic all Big Ten, Nebraska Scholar Athlete Honor Roll, Brooke Behringer Citizenship Award, Tom Osborne
Bill got the
Citizenship.
smart kids. Bill
Yeah,
been
he
picking up
got
the smart kids because I noticed a lot of them were like
real.
academic all conference.
Yeah, you got like honor rolls and all that on there. 2 years of eligibility left on him. Got Thaddeus Dixon with 27 games total. Coming out of Washington, 13 games last season. Accolades is UW, University of Washington Defensive Skill Player of the Year award, and it does not include his JUCO stats. So he does have JUCO with 1 year left. Coleman Bryson, defensive back out of Minnesota, 31 games total, 612 snaps. No real accolades to really say much of. Played 13 games last year, 264 defensive snaps with 20 tackles. That's a defensive back. So 20 tackles as a defensive back ain't bad. That's a pretty high number for them
It
for
is.
that particular position because you don't expect defensive backs to make a whole lot of tackles. Then you got
If I
Melkart
Here's my thing.
Abojal.
If my DB is making a whole lot of tackles, my front seven is trash.
My first is terrible.
My front seven is trash. If my
Either,
DB is making a
either
lot
that
of,
defensive back should have been a linebacker in the first place, or my front seven is terrible.
or
So
my
Melkart
or
Abojal from
or my
Delaware.
defensive or my defensive coordinator just sends too many corner blitzes just
Right.
because.
He has 25 games, 720 snaps. Uh, 2024 All CAA honorable mention, CAA Football Commissioner's Academic Honor Roll. Has 2 years of eligibility left. Played 11 games last year, 401 snaps with 25 and a half tackles, 9.5 for loss, and 6.5 sacks. So
Woo!
overall, you got some well seasoned players in here. Some of them have at least 1 to 2 years worth of games under their belt. The ones
Mhm.
that don't tend to have at least somewhere between 10 or less, like 12 to less. So they have 1 season worth, and that's about it for pretty much anybody else on this list. With most seasoned is definitely Andrew Simpson between everybody. And that's the guy,
Yeah,
that's that linebacker I was telling you out of Boise State that like he's it.
yeah. Like
He's him.
Andrew's definitely one of them ones.
He's a 1-on-1 right there.
Andrew's
So
definitely one of them ones.
so
So
what so everybody they've brought in is going to be at least a solid contributor in one way or another. If it's not straight up on like regular defensive snaps, you'll get your
Mhm.
time on special teams.
You
Because trust
will
me, you'd be surprised at how many gems Bill has found through special teams.
listen. Anybody who knows, Steve Smith for the Carolina Panthers started on special teams. His very first touchdown was a kick return.
Shoot,
Listen,
Julian Edelman started on special teams.
facts. I think I think that's how Hunter Renfro started at Clemson with
Yep,
special
Hunter
team
Renfro
walking.
started on special teams.
Like, listen,
So
bro,
you'd be surprised
all you
on
got
what
to
you
do is get on the field. That's it.
That's it.
You get on you
Get
get on the
get the
field,
reps.
and you can change it. You can change the whole game. It might be two, three, four. Oh, Victor Cruz. What was Victor Cruz doing? Kick
Special
returns.
teams. Kick returns.
Kick returns.
Yeah,
I'm saying, man.
shoot, Ray McLeod, special teams.
Oh, listen. I think Tyrann Matthew started on special teams at LSU too. I think
Yep.
he did. Or he did special teams. I know he was like a starter, but he also did special teams.
Yeah, he did special teams.
So, hey man, you never know. You never know where it's gonna get you. But
Get the reps.